All right, this is Engage New York, Module 2, Lesson 2, Concept Development. So we're going to start with how many students do we have in class? So technically, between our two classes, we have 22 students. So why don't we write that down? 22 students. How many classes do we have here at Hankey? Well, if there are 2 classes in each grade level, how many classes do we have at Hankey? So okay, here at Hankey we have 12 classes. Question for you, do all the classes have the same amount of students? What can I do this should be to estimate the number that is close to the actual number of students in our school? So what do you think? How many kids do you think are in each class this year? So about 20 students, I would say. So if we're estimating, we're rounding to the nearest 10, if you will. Let's say that there are 20 students in each class. And then if there are 20 students in each class and we have 12 classes, how many students do we have at Hankey this year? So if we went 20 times 2 times 10, then 20 times 2 is 40. And if we multiply that by 10, we get 400. 400 students about this year at Hankey. All right. So 456 times 42. Now, that'd be a little bit difficult to try to do inside your head, right? So what our big idea is today is to try to round our numbers to make them easily multipliable without having to use paper and pencil. So let's try to round to the nearest 10. Let's just start by rounding to the nearest 10. So rounding 456 to the nearest 10, what's that going to give me? 460. So 460 times, and what do you think we should round 42 to? So friends, this is really our big idea today. So this takes us back to what we learned yesterday, using the distributive property so we're going to use rounding and distributive property to try to solve. So let's do the next few problems together. I just put it on pause. Do you guys see how the problems are scaling up? Yes or no? Give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs all around. Something. All right, awesome. All right. I don't even think that we're going to bother with these problems here. But if we were just to quickly run through this, and I said, let's round these numbers, I would round 1,320 to 1,000 times 90. What if I were to round this problem here, 13,205? Well, if I'm rounding that to the nearest 1,000, I'm just going to round that to 13,000. And 880, oh, that's definitely going to have to round to 900. And then 3,120, oh, that's definitely going to round to 3,000 times 900. So do you see how we just took the numbers, we rounded them to the nearest 1,000 or to the nearest 100? And then if we were to pull these apart, how much easier and faster we would be able to multiply, right? So, problem set. You are going to round the factors to estimate the products. So rounding 597 and 52. So you're going to round those two numbers and then multiply. A reasonable estimate for this is, so the estimate is going to come from what you just estimated. This answer is going to come from here. That's going to do the same for, you're going to do the same thing for B and C. Then on part 2, complete the table using your understanding of place value and knowledge of rounding to estimate the product. So here is the expression you are going to begin with. Now notice the word expression. The word expression means it does not have an equal sign. Do you notice that? If it does not have an equal sign, it's called an expression. If it does have an equal sign, it's an equation. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to take the number, you're going to round it, and then you're going to estimate. So based on your rounding, you're going to estimate the product. So you'll just go, here's B, here's C, here's D, here's E, and you're going to give the estimate for those problems. Moving on. For each of the following expressions, would 200,000 be a reasonable estimate? Explain how you know. So what you're going to do for each problem, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Yes, you are going to need to estimate the product. You're going to need to pull it out, estimate the two numbers, and solve. And then give an estimate and then tell me why. Which one is actually a reasonable answer and tell me why. When I say explain how, that means you have to use words. If you don't use words, you don't get all the credit. Now, problem 4, fill in the missing factors to find the given estimated product. So if they say the estimated product is 24,000, what two numbers would have to go here in order to give you 24,000 based on the numbers here? So you're working backwards. Then problem 5, there are 19,763 tickets available for the New York Knicks home game. If there are 41 home games in a season, about how many tickets are available for all the Knicks home games? So yes, you need to round and multiply. Problem 6, Michael saves $423 a month for college. About how much money will he have saved in 4 years? So yes, you're going to estimate over 4 years. Will your estimate be lower or higher than the actual amount Michael will save? So you need to do the actual multiplication in order to decide and answer that question. And yes, how do you know? I know Michael will save la 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 because. So you need to use words to explain your answer, to justify your answer. All right. Good luck. You will do very well. I'm sure of it.